We know that millions of people are participating in this, and I am just excited to see so many people who are jumping on and joining to push the message that we are blacking it out. This is your first time hearing about it. This is your first time seeing this. You still got time because it just began today.
We, the people, must fight back.
From November 25th, 2025, this year, to December 2nd, they're calling it a mass blackout.
So we're doing a mass blackout from November 25th to December 2nd.
So get yourself together, stop spending, stop working, no streaming, don't do anything if you can. And if you must do something, please make sure that you only use cash and you only shop small and shop local. But the goal should be blackout.
I heard there was a boycott being planned and I am all in.
So from November 25th to December 2nd, we're going to go full blackout on every major corporation.
It is a mass blackout of the entire system.
November 25th, we're going to have a mass blackout and boycott.
Did you hear about the mass economic blackout happening from November 25th to December 2nd?
News right now, a nationwide economic blackout has begun.
The mass blackout is now live.
So the mass economic blackout has started today.
Mass blackout starts now.
The mass blackout has begun.
The blackout is officially on.
The mass blackout has begun.
Yes, we're doing this.
You want to stick it to the billionaires, the administration, the corporations? Me too.
And this holiday season, we're going to have to send a very loud message by being as fiscally silent as possible.
I think that sounds radical, but hear me out.
America has been lying for generations, lying about who keeps this economy alive, lying about who really holds the power, lying about how much our dollars matter.
We're the backbone of this country. We are the economy.
It has to be all of us saying no.
This movement is about community, not exclusion. The biggest threat to fascism is community.
And this is a massive show of solidarity and unity.
The American people have stood up, we've joined hands, and we're pushing back collectively.
Are you ready to black out the system?
Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. I'm your host Kisaka, and today we have got something special. It's November 29th, 2025, 2 days after Thanksgiving, and right now, across America, something huge is happening. No, it's not the turkey leftovers, though those are fire. It's the mass blackout. And get this, part of white America is stepping up, joining hands with black America in this massive economic protest. We are talking about boycotts, community power, and a real shot at shaking up the system. Before we jump in, let's have a look at these videos from Americans before we come back for more commentary. Remember, these videos are for education and entertainment purposes only. All the credits to the original creators of these clips. Capitalism is a will. You stop spending, you stop working, what happens to the will? It stops. That's what feeds capitalism. We do. Us working, us waking up 6 a.m., not getting home until 10 p.m. We stop doing that, these billionaires feel it. The longer it goes, the more effect it has.
We are not spending not a dolores from today, November 25th through December 2nd. This is a clapback to the big...
Ooh, pretty picture.
Because we have got to support our small mom and pop stores, our farmers markets, our local farms. That's what we need to get back to so that we can send a very clear message that no, we do not, we will not, and we refuse. I love you so much. It is okay. You don't have to buy nothing. I hope you already bought your accoutrements for dinner. And if not, you can eat something that's in your fridge. Close that wallet, y'all. Close it.
It's our money that they're spending. Our money that pays for these lavish parties. Our tax dollars that are picking up the slack when they get tax credits and tax breaks. When they get government contracts and government subsidies and PPP loans that are completely forgiven and never have to be repaid. It is the American people, our tax dollars, our spending habits, buying from these corporations that are giving them the money that they need to carve the lifestyle that they have off of the backs of the working people. The civil rights marches were iconic and they made a huge statement, but the boycotts caused fear, and that fear caused change and respect for the black dollar. Imagine 7 million plus people stop spending for an entire week. And not just any entire week. The week on the biggest spending weekend of the year. This is the weekend that companies use to make up margins that they didn't see throughout the year. Companies like Walmart and Target are depending on spending during the Black Friday week in order to make up lost revenue from the rest of the year. How good would it feel to deny them that? So what does this mean? No spending. Don't spend on Thanksgiving, the 27th. Don't spend on Black Friday, the 28th. And don't spend on the 1st, Cyber Monday. Don't spend and watch these CEOs who think that they are so special because they are sitting in Great Gatsby-themed parties with the presidential POS, and they're having lavish parties at the White House and at Mar-a-Lago, and they think that they have all this money to spend and this ridiculously large net worth, but they don't understand that they got this net worth from us, from our dollars, our spending habits, our consumer habits. They got that money from us, and what we have giveth, we can take it away. Try that locally owned convenience store to get your necessities. Perhaps there's a local butcher selling turkeys. Perhaps there's a local farm down the street selling produce. Start supporting small companies and leave these big corporations.
1 week where we Americans, we the people, take our power back away from the people, the billionaires who are looking to suppress us. Now look, the movement is not going to be easy. This is not for the faint at heart. It is going to require some level of uncomfortability. That's the truth. Change never comes easy. But if you think we're going to get out of this funk, the funk that we're in, just sitting by, waiting until 2026 and 2028 to make the changes, it's not going to work. We have to start that change. We have to be that change. That is what the mass blackout is. A complete cultural shift. We need to get their attention. They need to realize they're not America. The people are America. The church is not the pastor. The church is not the building. The congregation is the church. Same thing applies for America.
We need to stick to this, y'all, because everything is out of control. Everything is way overpriced, and none of us are benefiting from anything that's going on right now in the government.
America has been lying for generations, lying about who keeps this economy alive, lying about who really holds the power, lying about how much our dollars matter. So from November 25th to December 2nd, we are about to break the spell. A full week, Black Friday to Cyber Monday and beyond, the most profitable week in the entire year. The week America worships the consumer. The week they expect us to show up like obedient cash machines. Not this time. This is the mass blackout. 7 days where the richest corporations in the country feel what they fear most. Silence. No Amazon carts, no Walmart hauls, no Target runs, no fast food lines, no billion-dollar brands using to build worlds we would never be invited into. This is not just black people. This is every consumer who knows they are being played. Black, white, Latino, Asian, whoever is tired of a system that drains us dry and calls it normal. Here's the truth. Black spending alone is $1.6 trillion. 18 trillion when you add all conscious consumers. We are not a demographic. We are a global power disguised as shoppers. And Black Friday is when they depend on us the most. It is when they go from losing money to making money. It is the week that decides bonuses, stock prices, CEO raises. Take away our dollars for 7 days and the entire economy shakes. 35 to 40 billion gone in a single week. Boards scrambling, shareholders panicking, executives wondering how they lost control. And the answer will be simple, because we, the people, finally chose ourselves. This is not sacrifice. This is strategy. This is discipline. This is us stepping out of the role this system wrote for us. You want our dollars? Invest in our communities. Hire us with real wages. Stop supporting politicians who want to cage us. Stop using prison labor. Stop opening stores in our neighborhoods while sending every dollar back to yours. If they want our loyalty, they will have to earn it. If they want our money, they will have to respect us. If they want our presence, they will have to stop profiting from our suffering. November 25th to December 2nd, the mass blackout. We are not begging. We are not marching. We are not waiting. We are unplugging the economy for 7 days and reminding this country of one truth they hoped we would never learn. They need us.
What we do know is that the unemployment numbers went from 4.3 to 4.4%. So more people are out of work. And somehow the companies are still making more money this year than they did last year. Walmart specifically made $179.5 billion, which is up from the $177.45 billion that they were expected to make. They increased their revenue by 5.8% year over year. Even with people out of work, the government being shut down, and tariffs and all of that, they were still able to eke out those numbers in the third quarter. But it is important to remind ourselves that Walmart, even though a lot of people are protesting Walmart, it wasn't the main focus of a lot of people who were protesting with their wallets. Target was. And those numbers are a little different. Target was expected to make $25.44 billion in the third quarter. They ended up making $25.43 billion in the third quarter, taking their earnings down by 1.5%. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but when you add it to the fact that they made $25.7 billion at this time last year, and they have been having problems meeting their expectations this entire year for every quarter, it's understandable why Target would be a little nervous. This has been a really bad year for them. And it's because they lost a large portion of their customer base. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. The people are the ones who give these companies the money that they have. The people are the ones who make these billionaires rich. The people are the ones who give our hard-earned money, sometimes the hard-earned money that we make working for these companies. We give it right back to them while they get all the tax cuts, all the breaks, all the government welfare, and look at us as if we owe them something. 1.5% negative growth may seem like a tiny drop in the bucket to a large company like Target. But trust me, they are sweating because they understand something that sometimes we don't. The money can dry up really quickly, especially if we start keeping our hard-earned dollars to ourselves and circulating them within our communities and to smaller businesses and mom-and-pop shops. It has already been established that companies like Walmart make $2 billion plus in SNAP benefits alone, but they made $179.5 billion in this last quarter. Not all of that is SNAP. And understanding that some people only have Walmarts to go to for their necessities, there are some people who still have the choice not to go there. The people are the ones who give these billionaires their billions, and they don't always remember that. So again, it is time to make them remember where they got their billions. Black Friday weekend is the highest spending weekend of the year. That entire week, from Thanksgiving to Black Friday to Cyber Monday, where companies look to make up the revenues that they have lost in the year before. Take Target, for example. Target made $25.7 billion in 2024 in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, accounting for those sales that they had for the holidays, Black Friday and Cyber Monday included, and all of the spending that we do for Christmas, they made $30.9 billion just in the fourth quarter. That is just over $5 billion more than they made in any previous quarter in 2024. This is the time that companies start to make up for the losses that they had in the year before. Walmart in the third quarter of 2024 made $169.6 billion. In the fourth quarter, which included Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and Thanksgiving, as well as spending for Christmas, they made $180.6 billion just in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, at this point, is when companies make the most money, and they are looking to us, the people, to buy and consume and spend money at their companies. This is how they make up their profits, especially if they're like Target and they haven't been hitting their bottom line. They look for us to fill in that gaps with consumerism, with shopping, with Christmas gifts, and spending during the holiday season. So yes, there is a blackout that's going to be from November 25th to December 2nd. But as so many people said in my comments the last time I did a video on a blackout, that shouldn't be the only week that we stop spending. We should definitely stop spending en masse during that week, but we shouldn't spend any more than we have to this year. Not unless we are supporting small businesses or businesses on the right side of history. These companies think they are so entitled to our money. They roll back DEIA programs. They kowtow to this regime. They sit back in their yachts and count their dough that they just know is coming because they have rigged the game so hard. And they think that the people are just going to continue to spend their money at their establishments. And they expect that it doesn't matter what they do to us. It doesn't matter how many tax cuts they get while raising our taxes, our overheads, our prices, while literally lobbying not to pay us a living wage, while closing down their companies so that they can count that savings as revenue, laying people off anytime they think that they're not going to make their overhead, anytime they think that they're not going to be able to give out their bonuses and pay their shareholders. They will lobby for us not to get health care and for us not to get a living wage in this country, while expecting our hard-earned and insufficient dollar to go back to them. Enough. Enough is enough.
We've marched, we've begged, most of us voted the right way. And now we're just going to sit back and test the one thing this country truly worships. Money. See, this isn't the first time we've tried this, right? Economic boycotts have always been the heartbeat of real change, from Montgomery to Operation Breadbasket. When the buses lost money, segregation fell. When companies realized ignoring black consumers meant losing profit, they started hiring, promoting, and pandering. History has already shown us that pulling our dollars hits harder than any speech, any march, any protest ever could. The timing isn't random. Black Friday is the biggest spending weekend in America. Billions get poured into corporations that barely reinvest in the communities that made them rich in the first place. So from November 25th to December 2nd, the goal is simple, okay? Buy nothing that doesn't circulate back into us. You hear me? Support small, support local, support Black. Because when we withhold our dollars, we remind this country that we're not just consumers. We are the economy. So yeah, the mass blackout isn't about canceling Christmas or skipping joy. It's about shifting power and realizing that every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we live in. They've ignored our voices. They've ignored our pain. Let's see if they ignore our absence. We're not asking anymore. We are shutting this shit down. Okay? No spending. If you do need something, make sure you go to farmers market, support small businesses. There's a ton of places that you can go to make sure you support the right people, not corporations. We are done. We're done.
Does it look like not to spend? Many people have been asking the question, what organizations are we blacking out? All of them. Listen, y'all, the objective is to not spend a dime during this time. And what that means is proper preparation provides peace. Right now is the perfect time to set up a schedule on what you're going to have. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, all those things. We've had questions concerning individuals who might not be able to stock up. There's food pantries in your local communities and various nonprofit organizations ready to help in that capacity. To find a local food bank near you, go to feedingamerica.org, type in your zip code, and you can see every location that's nearby. Even right now, we're slowing down our spending with all of these large corporations. We're spending our money with small businesses, mom and pop shops, farmers markets, the local corner stores, those that's in the community, for the people, by the people. We're locking out all of these greedy corporations right now. So no spending simply means no spending. No Uber Eats, no DoorDash, none of it. And we're going to do this because we're serious about it. These organizations do not have our best interests in mind, so it's time for us to show them that we have the power. We do understand that there are emergencies, and guess what? People are our priority. Take care of your loved ones, take care of those in your community. But if you have to spend with small businesses only and use cash. But as we collectively hold back our dollar for 7 days, there's going to be a major impact, a tangible impact. Stock market, bottom line, bank accounts, profit loss statements. These corporations will see the power of the people.
First things first. What the heck is mass blackout? Picture this. It's like hitting pause on your Netflix binge, but for your wallet. It started from November 25th and running through December 2nd. Folks across the America are vowing not to spend a dime at big corporations. No Amazon deliveries, no Target runs, no Home Depot hauls. Instead, shopping locally, supporting Black-owned, immigrant-owned, and people of color-owned businesses. It's a week-long economic chill-out, timed right for the holiday shopping frenzy, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you name it. Why now? Well, on the 27th November 2025, the buzz was everywhere. Grassroots groups like 5051 and Indivisible kicked it off strong, calling it a shutdown of the corporate machine that's been grinding on communities. On X, previously known as Twitter, posts were lighting up. Posts such as "White people join Black America in mass economic blackout," from users like at Lesser Smalls sharing YouTube links to rally the troops. And at Baby Sister 13 dropped a video reminding everyone that letting your trillions speak and remain in your own pockets. It's not just talk. People are pledging online, sharing toolkits from weaintbuyingit.com and turning the holiday hustle into holy resistance. But let's keep it simple. This ain't about hating shopping. It's about choosing where your dollars go. Those big box stores, they are pulling back on DEI programs. That is diversity, equity, and inclusion for everyone tuning in from Mars. Target's ditching support for Black employees, advancing up the ladder. Home Depot's been caught colluding with ICE on worker detentions, and Amazon, Jeff Bezos dropped over $1 million on political donations that favor tax cuts for the ultra-rich. The goal? Hit them where it hurts the most. Their bottom line. During this week, nearly 20% of their yearly sales do happen. Even a 5% dip, that's millions lost, and a loud message being sent out that we ain't buying your mess. Now imagine Black Friday lines, but instead of elbowing for deals, folks are high-fiving over skipping the chaos. One ex-post from @move2amend cracked me up. The hashtag mass blackout started today. Let big businesses know the most powerful way we can that we have had enough. With a pic of a protest sign. I can see it now. Karen from suburbs usually glued to her cat, suddenly organizing a block party potluck. Honey, forget the flat screen, let's grill with the neighbors. Boom, unity born from boredom. Or think about it like the scene in The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith's character hustles for his kid. This blackout, it's all of us hustling for our communities. But seriously, the unity angle is gold. Black America has led these fights forever. We'll get to that history in a second. But now, white folks are jumping in, seeing how the same system squeezing black and brown communities is coming for everyone's jobs, rights, and sanity. A Medium article from 4 days ago painted this vivid picture. What if Black America vanished for a day? Streets quiet, factories still. White America is finally forced to see its reflection. Chills, right? It's not division, it's division's opposite. All colors linking arms against the real enemy, unchecked corporate greed. Boycotts are not a new phenomenon. They are America's secret source for change. Flashback to 1955, Rosa Parks says, nah, on that Montgomery bus, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott. Black folks in Alabama walked miles instead of riding segregated buses for 391 days. They carpooled, shared rides, built community funds, and boom, the Supreme Court ruled was illegal. Dr. King called it the Miracle Montgomery. Simple mathematics. One person stand plus collective wallets withheld is equal to systemic shift. Fast forward to the 60s, the Delano grape strike, where Filipino and Mexican farm workers boycotted grapes, getting Cesar Chavez and the United Farm Workers on the map. White consumers joined in. Ditching grapes nationwide led to better wages, safer conditions. On the 1980s anti-apartheid boycotts, campuses, cities, even the UN pushed divestment from South Africa. Black South Africans fought, but global unity, including white allies, helped end that nightmare. Now tie it to today. This mass blackout echoes the Buy Nothing Day vibes from the 90s, but leveled up. Yesterday's report from Forbes and Fast Company show it's sweeping, urging halts on all spending except small biz, cancelling subs, dodging ads. And the racial unity, it baked in. Organizers say, we aren't just consumers, we are community builders, black-led but open to all. Let me paint a picture from the ground based on real stories bubbling up online since the 27th November. In Atlanta, a black-owned bookstore called Pages of Us saw lines out the door. Owner Jamal Reed tweeted, folks from all over white families included grabbing books on unity and history. It's like the boycott brought us together literally. Over in Chicago, a mixed neighborhood group organized a blackout block party. Potlucks, games, stories swapped under string lights. One white mom shared, I thought Black Friday was about deals. Turns out it's about dealing with the real issues together. And humor? Oh, it was in plenty. At Bean Staying Walk posted a video, and this is what he said. Was already doing this before the current blackout. Cut to them thrift shopping like pros. Caption, big cops crying, my wallet thriving. Laugh out loud. It's that pity joy we all need. Or imagine Elon Musk tweeting about Tesla sales dipping by saying, must be a glitch in the matrix. Nah, it's us. Glitch their profits. Let's talk numbers because knowledge is power, and power is pretty entertaining when it's flipping the script. Black America buying power, over 1.6 US trillion a year. Add in allies from every background, and we are talking a tidal wave. Holiday shopping, $900 billion US expected this season. Black Friday alone, $9 billion US online. If just 10% join the blackout, that is around $90 million US redirected to local sports, jobs saved, and communities will have been lifted. How does it work? Simple science. Boycotts create scarcity. Stores panic, stocks dip, CEOs scramble. Remember the 2017 NFL knees? Viewer boycotts hit ads hard, forcing talks. Here it's direct. Pledge on weaintbuyingit.com. I will support businesses that invest in our communities and withdraw my dollars from those that don't. Track it with apps. Share wins on socials. It's like a nationwide game of economic tag. You are it corporations. But why the racial lens? Because history shows black communities have shouldered the boycott burden solo too often. From slave rebellions using withheld labor to the 1968 Olympic protests. Now, with rollbacks on voting rights, DEI attacks, and billionaire influence, think Trump circle causing up to donors. It's time for cross-racial solidarity. A Newsweek piece from 3 days ago nailed it. This is what it said. A movement by grassroots organizations to withdraw participation from the economy. Not just black mass, meaning all of Americans. November 27th was day 3 of this mass economic boycott, and the energy, it was electric. In LA, Trinity UCC Church posted on Insta. They said, participating in the 1-week mass economic blackout, support black and brown-owned businesses only. Videos showed families, black dads teaching kids about economic justice, white allies grilling burgers at pop-up markets. One viral clip from at Emphasis 9069. The mass blackout protest is a continuing national economic boycott, urging consumers to refrain from shopping at large retailers. Hashtags like hashtag November 25 December 02 Black Mass Blackout trending with around 50,000 posts by noon. Conspiracy corners on X went wild, some mixing it with the EBS blackout and martial law dreams. Like at CMDR Valtor's mega post. It read like this: the global military signal has been issued. But real talk, that's distraction. The true storm is the Americans, everyday folks, starving the beast with our choices. It's like Ocean's 11, haste the holidays from the house. That's the corporations. Let's not forget the 1930s. Don't buy where you can't work. Campaigns in black neighborhoods. Harlem shook when locals boycotted white-owned stores, forcing fair hiring. Or the 1990s South African divestment, where US colleges pooled billions. White students group leading chants alongside black activists. Unity wins. In today's blackout, it's the same playbook updated for TikTok and Venmo. Why does this matter for white America? Because the system is rigged for all but the 1%. DEI cuts, they hit white women in corporate ladders too. ICE raids and documented workers build your homes, pick your food. Disruptions everywhere. A Guardian article on 27th November asked, why is the latest Black Friday boycott and will it work? The answer was simple. With unity, yes. Stories from Cleveland.com show nationwide rallies, diverse crowds chanting, we ain't buying it. Imagine a world post-blackout. More mom and pops thriving, less monopoly power. Studies show for every $1 spent at black-owned biz, $0.67 stays local versus $0.43 at chains. Multiplied by millions, communities boom. On a global angle, this echoes India's 1930s salt march, Mahatma Gandhi's boycott of British salt monopoly, uniting castes and classes. Or France's 1995 strikes, workers across races halting the economy for better wages. America's turn from sea to shining sea, one wallet at a time. On 27th November 2025, press release from AIN, it read, as mass blackout movement gains national momentum, highlighting corporate inequities, black enterprises called it, we are shutting it down. Unity shouts. In Detroit, a white retiree joined a black church's blackout fair, bonding over shared grandkid pics. Never knew how connected we are, he said in a local clip. Heartwarming, right? November 27th reports from USA Today and CBS show protests swelling from coast to heartland. It's not chaos, it's chorus. Black America leading, white America amplifying. As one pledge goes, we ain't buying anything less. Boycotts teach resilience. They build networks, ride shares. In 55, it became lifelong bonds. This mass blackout isn't ending December 2nd. It's starting something. Join if you can, pledge, share, shop small. White America, Black America is one. America is one when they stand together. Drop your stories on how you are blacking out. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Until next time, God's blessings.